What's up, everybody? Coop here with Hunting Carolinas. Great to see y'all again. All right, a few videos ago we talked about setting up the ballistic calculator in our thermals. Super easy process. If you haven't watched that, watch that and then head back to this video and continue on. What are we going to talk about today? Today we're going to talk about truing our thermals and our rifles. All right, for all of you PRS shooters and all of you high-speed fellas, truing your rifles, as you know, is super important, and it's just as important for predator hunters as it is for competitors. All right, a lot of guys just throw in what they see on the box ammo, their BCs, muzzle velocities, and they send it. Sometimes they're on, sometimes they're not. All right, but I tend to be kind of a perfectionist, and the guys that I hunt with are too. So I want to true my thermal and my rifle. Now, unlike regular glass, I can't pick out, 1,000 yards and true that to this scope. Well, perhaps I can, but that's going to depend on if I have the range, if all of the environmental factors are going to work out, and if my thermal is going to range it on that day. All right, so right now I'm set up at 450 yards. That's about my max distance anyways, for a lot of the areas that I hunt in eastern North Carolina. All right, I got 100 yard zero on here. I've put all the data into my stinking scope here, right? One of the most important things for y'all to recognize and remember that a lot of people don't realize, right, is to take a measuring tape or something more accurate than this and measure your sight height. Been having some discussion with some guys recently, and they're like, wow, I really had no idea that sight height was such a big deal. It is. All right, and what I would recommend doing is go from 100 yards, right? Get your sight height in here, chrono your gun, right? This is not gonna help you, right? And there's not a lot that's gonna help you if you can't get a good muzzle velocity on your gun. All right, so chrono your gun, get a solid muzzle velocity, make sure that you've got the appropriate temperatures in here, sight height, the BC to the bullets that you're using. All these things are super important. G7 scale if you can, vice the G1, but either one, will get you cracking. And then walk it out from 100 out to that max distance. And then don't just get a hit on a kill zone size area like you would on a coyote. All right, for this engagement, I've got Sisu Arms thermal targets out there. They got road flares in them. They stay nice and warm even on, and they show up even on hot days. All right, so I'm gonna walk out 100 out to 450, and I'm gonna make sure that my hits are where I want them to be. If they're not, as I start walking out, if my hits are high or low, I'm gonna adjust the BC in my menu accordingly. If I lower the BC, it's gonna raise the strike of my round up. If I increase it, it's gonna lower the strike of the round down. And I'm gonna make sure I got those good hits on target. So without further ado, we're gonna kick it. 100. Gonna laze. .230. Now we're going to skip out to 450, mainly because I don't have any more targets out at that in between those two distances. Come on, baby. Hit. Now, when I go and review my shots, all of my shots are in kill zone, yay big, on the target's downrange. So, truing your thermal and rifle, super important factor to take into consideration. True to the distance that you have as a predator hunter. I understand that not everyone has a 1 mile range in their backyard that they can go and true out to 1,000, 800, 600. But if you've got the distance and you make the lasers work, true to the best of your ability to make the best shots that you can on predators and not have misses. Misses result in losing tournaments or just disappointment. Remember, this isn't the only way, but it is the Hunting Carolinas way. Stay tuned for next time. One moment, please. Well, it won't give me a laze right now, of course, which happens more often than people want to admit.